Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bytes Programming. My name is GN Vagish and today we'll be learning about widgets in Flutter. Widgets are the components used in Flutter to describe the way the app should look like. There are basically two types of widgets in Flutter. One is a stateless widget, which are immutable components and don't change during the lifetime of a widget or a component. On the other hand, stateful widgets are the other type of widgets which are mutable and change during the lifetime of a widget according to the functionality added by the developer. Now to understand this, we'll take up a typical example which is most often seen everywhere, and let's study this example's anatomy now. That example had a container as its base which contains one row as its child, and this row contains 3 columns as its children components, and each of these columns contain 2 subcomponents as an icon and an container. At the last, this container again contains one single child which is a text. Now let's just programmatically see how this program runs in Flutter. In the previous video, apart from setting up Flutter on our computer, we had even created this default Flutter app which basically had a button at its bottom which upon clicking this text would be incrementing. We will just clean this code and we'll just prepare our own one to learn the layouts in Flutter. First we need to import the material.dart file, and later we need to add a void main method which will take run app, and we need to name the app that we want or the class that we want to run and add a semicolon here. And there are 2 ways that we can create this class, one on the same main.dart file or by going to the lib folder and creating a new one, new dart file. We'll go with the same class, just type in stateless widget and there we'll just name it as my app. Make sure to name this class name and this method parameter which we had passed same, in this case as my app. By default, this build method will be returning a container. We'll just remove this and make it as a material app, and in this material app we'll just first learn from the scaffold layout, which basically will be having this app bar here and some content in this body part. To do that, just add this parameter home under this material app and just return a scaffold. This scaffold will be taking app bar as one of its parameter, and this app bar parameter will be taking app bar class. Under this app bar we can add the title for our app bar, like in this example we had Flutter Hello World. We'll make our own one. We can just add the text as Flutter widget, and this was regarding the app bar. If you just save this, Flutter has a functionality of hot reloading. If you just see here, we just have an app bar saying Flutter widgets, which we named here. Now that was regarding the app bar. If we come out of this app bar and just add a parameter called body, we can do what we want in this bottom white area. We can just make it as a centered one. Center is another type of layout where we can center each and every component of our app in the middle of this particular area. We can just add its child as a text, and we can just add this text as hello. And if I just save this, I will have this text saying hello in the middle of this white area. If I want, I can even increase the size of this hello from here. To do that, just add another parameter saying style. This style parameter under text widget takes text styles as its class. Under this text style we have many more options, like we can change the weight of this text, like changing its boldness. We can add some font features to it. We can add shadows, we can add foreground and background colors, we can change its height, we can do many things. We'll just go with the size one. So just add size and we'll get an option of font size parameter which takes double value. We'll just add 20 and just save it, and we have our text enlarged now. This was the center layout. If we just remove this center layout, and we can just add one more as container. Container is a layout where you can change the color, we can change the radius of the borders and do many more. Container, scaffold, center, all of these are frequently used widgets and layouts in Flutter. So in this container we can just add a color for now. This color parameter takes colors dot any color you want. We can add any of these colors here, or if you want to add a custom one, you just need to add color and in brackets just add 0x capital F and the color code you want. For example, if I add just 33DDFF and if I just save, we'll get the aqua color here. If I want to add any color under Flutter itself, I can just add colors dot and I'll get a bunch of colors here. If I take yellow from here, I'm gonna just save this. I'll have a yellow container here. Now we learned how to add color to this container. Now next we'll just go a step further and add border to this container. To do that, we just need to add this parameter decoration and add this class box decoration under this parameter decoration. So what we can do under this box decoration class is we can add the radius to it. We can do many more things like maybe adding a box shadow, adding border to it, we can add image, we can add color, we can even add the background blend mode. We'll just go with maybe a color again here itself, colors dot yellow. Make sure once you are adding color under this box decoration, remove this color under the root container, and when you just save, there's nothing changed because it's the same what we had done. Now we'll just add border radius so that we have some circular radius on all the four corners. Add this parameter border radius and this takes a class called border radius, and after this border radius keyword just add a dot and you will get these options where it says 0, lerp, circular, only, all, horizontal, vertical. We'll go with this all, where we can add the radius for all the borders at once or the corners. We'll just maybe add it to some 50 and we just add the comma here, and make sure to add comma even after this color parameter. This is saying an error because we cannot add just a double value here. We just need to add radius dot circular and the radius value which we want, that's 50. And when we save, we have the corners of this container being rounded. If you just see carefully, we have this rounding up here. Let us change this color from yellow to some darker one like red, and when we just save, we can see those borders which are being circular now. We can increase this to maybe 300, which is a lot. There you go, you have this oval shape. Now having this just a single color, it's a bit boring. What we can do is we can add a gradient here. To do that, just type gradient parameter, and this gradient takes linear gradient class. This linear gradient can take colors as one of its parameter, which is a list basically, where we need to add the colors that we want. We can just add colors dot red as one of the color and the other one as colors dot yellow. just save this, we'll have a beautiful gradient instead of just a single color that's red. Now if we want, we can even change the angle of this gradient. We don't have a specific parameter called angle, but what we can do is we can add a begin and an end position for it. That's an alignment basically. So I'll add begin and add alignment, and inside this alignment we just need to add the x coordinate. I'll just add -1.0 and y coordinate as -2.0. This was the begin parameter. If I just save, there will be a slight tilt of it. This was just begin, therefore we don't have red that much. If we add even end, we need to add the same thing, alignment, and this time instead of negative values we can take up the positive ones, that is 1.0 and 2.0. and if we just save this, we'll get an angle. Though we didn't get the red color and the yellow color, we just got a good blending among them. Now once we are done with this container, we can go with the next one, that is a column basically. So what we can do is we can remove this scaffold from here, the whole scaffold, and to add this column we'll first create a container. Just create a container. And under this container, make sure to add a semicolon here. Close this one's bracket. And now under this container we can add its child as a column. Column layout lets us create widgets in a straight way. Like if we have a text, say here, we can have a button under it and another text under this button, basically in series. So what we can do is under this column we can add children, and this children is a list basically, therefore we can add the widgets that we want here. So first we'll try adding text. So this text takes, we just give one name to it, like maybe hello, and after this we can add one more, like saying another text, hi. And if I just save this, I'll just get something like this, because we don't have a scaffold where we had the app bar. We can do the same thing under the body part of the scaffold, but let's go like this. If you see, we have hello in one line and hi in one line. We have it in red color and the background is black because we haven't added any color to our container. So we'll just add a color, maybe white will be good. If I just save this, have a white background, and if we just see closely, we have two yellow lines under each of these words. To remove it, we just need to add style under this text style, and under this text style we just need to add this decoration, and under this decoration just type in text decoration dot none, so that there is no decoration for this particular text. And if you see, we don't have any decoration under this hello word, so we'll just copy this and we'll just paste it even for hi text. And for both of this we don't have any underlines like that. Now if you just see, we have these two in separate lines. Now instead of adding center layout for this container so that these two widgets are in the center, what we can do is under this column we can add main axis alignment, which is basically the y coordinate for this container itself or this column. You can just add main axis alignment and class as main axis alignment dot center. and this will take all our children and place it in the center of the screen. There you go, we have hello and hi. We can change the color of this text as well. To do that, just after this text we can just add a comma and just add color parameter. Just add a comma there so that we don't get any error. And for these colors, just add colors dot, maybe black would look good here, or let's take purple itself. We are getting this error saying color because we need to place this inside the style, not outside, because it's one of the style factor, right? So if I just save it now, I will have a purple text. We can even change the fonts as well. We'll do that in a separate video itself. Now we got even the column now. So with this column saying hello and hi, we can even add buttons if we want. Like if I just add, there are many types of button in Flutter, like raised button, elevated button, outline button, flat button. We'll just go with raised button. Raised button, on press we don't want, as we are not having any actions of it now. Under this raised button we can just add a child as text, because we want to like make some text under it. So this text we can just say click me, and if I just save, under this text hi, I will be having one more button which says click me. We haven't added any functionality to it. If we create a stateful widget and make it in such a way that upon clicking that, any one of these colors can be changed or the background can be changed, we can do that. We'll do that in the next video. As of now, we have this column widget where we have these three things. That's one hello text, one hi text, and one button. Now we'll add even one more icon to it. Icon is one more widget in Flutter which lets us add icons to our app. So to do that, just add icon, in parentheses add icons dot, and we have many icons that we can add here, like 18MP and all these things. Maybe we can take this account circle and just add a comma there and save it. We'll be even having one more icon under the button click me. Now this icon can even have, like, we can even change the color of it basically. To do that, just add color, just save this. Yeah, we can add a color like colors dot maybe a green color and just save it. We have a green icon now. And if you remember, while we were learning about what is a widget, we had an image which we had taken for the anatomy also, where we had something like this. Now let's try to design this in our app. We'll just remove everything and we'll just make this here. So what we can do is just remove everything from container, and we can maybe add a scaffold itself so that we get an app bar. App bar, title, text saying widgets, and we can even actually, like, if I save this, we just have an app bar saying widgets at the top. We can even make this widgets at the center, like we can add this title at the center. To do that, just add center title parameter and just say it to true. Just save it. We'll have this title at the center now. Now it's time to design this layout. So what I can do is I can just split split this vertically so that I can see it. So what we can do is we can go to the body part of our scaffold, and first basically we can add a container. And under this container we can add its child as a row. If we add this row is similar to column, but it's in the horizontal direction, whereas column was vertically, like top to bottom. Row goes from left to right. The same way, row also takes children as one of its parameter, where we can add multiple widgets under it. So to add this, we basically have column under row, 3 columns. So what we can do under this children, I can just add a column. In this column I can add further childrens to it, and each of this column is gonna contain an icon. We don't need to take the same icons as shown in the picture. We'll take any one icon randomly and just take it up, and just take maybe this AC unit as one of the icon, and under each of this icon we had a container which had the text. So instead of making like, fine, we'll just take a container itself. This container will have a child text saying maybe call again. We'll just take the same text, and if I just save this program here, as you can see we have it at the top here, just a single column. What we will do is, for this column, we'll make this column as main axis alignment, that's the y coordinate to the center. Just save this, and now we have it at the center. In the same way we can prepare the 2 more columns. To do that, we'll just copy this column from here, add a comma after this closing first column, and paste the second column. We'll just change this call text to root. Just save this, and next to this column itself we'll have the next one, that's the same icon with root as the text. We'll add a comma again, and we'll paste the column, and we'll just name it as share. Just save it. We have all these 3 in a row now. Now the problem is there is no spacing between each of these columns. So there are basically 2 ways that we can add spacing between them. One is by adding a sized box. Sized box basically lets us add spacing between 2 widgets, or add a particular widget in it. That's the first way. The second one is by adding padding to each of these widgets. We'll do both of them. So to do that, just take this column widget. In Android Studio you can just click on this column and press Alt Enter. You will get these options saying wrap with widget, wrap with center. If we just see, we'll be having an option called wrap with padding. If I just add that, there will be a constant padding of 8.0 from all sides. If I just save this, we'll have some spacing between each of these, like with the first column and the screen and the next column. If you see, we have this spacing between these 2. Now basically what this padding is doing is it's taking padding as one of its parameter and adding edge insets dot all 8.0. If we want, we can change this value from 8.0 to 10 or 12. Just save it. It will just increase the padding. Now instead of adding all, if you want to add only for top and bottom, or if you want to add for only right or only for left, you can just replace this part from all 12 to edge insets dot only, where we can specify for which side we want to add. Like if I want to add only for the right side, I can just type right and add the double value, that is 12, and just save. If I do like this, there will be no spacing between the first column and the border of the screen. This is only for like if you have it in the middle of the screen and you want to add padding between two widgets at the top and bottom, or like that, you can do. So now we had the padding between them. This was the first way by adding padding. Now if I want to do this padding part using a sized box, this time we are not going to wrap this column widget, rather we are going to add sized widget as one of the children of the main row. Sized box can have 3 parameters, that is maybe a image that we can add, or a child itself, and one more is height, and the other one is width. Now as we are aligning all this horizontally, we can add the width parameter. If I add width and a double value of maybe 16 and save this, the same thing happens between the second row and between the second column and the third column. There will be sized added. Now we have added this between the first and the second column itself. If I just remove this from here and add this after the second one, we'll have spacing between the second column and the third column. Okay, now these columns have some room to breathe. So but if we take a closer look, all these columns inside this row are being aligned towards the start of the screen, but we want it to be in the center of this container. So what we can do is, under this child row, we can add the parameter main axis alignment dot center, and all its children will be aligned in the middle of this container. So this was about the design that we had like seen before. Now let's talk about buttons. Let the layout remain the same, and now inside this row, instead of adding these columns, we'll add buttons. We will add a raise button, which we had seen previously. Child text saying click me. Now if we want, we can add the color for this text. To do that, just add the parameter text color and just add colors dot purple maybe. Just save this. Now in this particular row, we have a button. Now if we just copy or paste, or we'll just create another type of button, which is a material button. We again have this on pressed parameter. We'll again add the child for the text. We'll just add text saying again click me. Just change the text color. Everything remains the same, but these buttons have different functionalities. Colors dot maybe light blue, and save this. We don't have anything like the text color isn't changing. The reason is we haven't implemented the on click method. If we just replace this text color with disabled one, that's disabled text color, and just save this. Now before this button is even being clicked, the default color will be the one that we have added here. We can do the same thing with the raise button also. Just save this. There you go, we even have the purple color there. Now the other type of button is an outline button. Even it will take a child as a text. And the same thing, click me and save. We have one more outline button. So if we just hover on this outline button or any of these components, we can get to see all the things that it can have or the parameters it can have. It has a border color, disabled border color, and all those things. If you want, we can just try it out. If we just add disabled border color, colors dot maybe a darker color would look good. We'll take red and just save this. Without adding the implementation of onPressed method, we can have a border to this button like this. Now this was with regard to buttons. Now if we want to create a tab layout, we can just, under this body, we can just remove this container and just add default tab controller, and under this default tab controller we can add maybe the child as tab bar, and under this tab bar we can add tabs. So if I just add tabs, it's gonna take the list of tabs, so I can just add tab as one of them, and under that I'll just add maybe a text saying hello. I can even add an icon, so we'll just add this one. We'll add one more tab saying tab, and I will just again add an icon this time. Icons dot we'll take any one icon here itself. Box. Just save this now. We basically have two tabs. The reason why we are getting this error is because we haven't mentioned the length of the tabs that we have. To do that, just mention this length and just mention we just have two tabs, so we'll just add 2 and just save this. And we have two tabs now. One has a text and the other has an icon. We are not able to actually see them, so what we can do is we can just check if we have a color widget, or we can just add a child basically to this. So we'll just add a child so that we can add a container and we can add gradient to it, and even the radius. It's gonna look cool. So child is gonna be a container which is gonna have box decoration as one of its part. Box decoration, we'll add a gradient, linear gradient, and we'll add colors. We'll add colors dot red and colors dot yellow. Be a good combination again. If I just save this, one of the tab will have a child container and it will have this color code, and for the second one we can just basically change the color of this icon. So we'll just add a comma after this icon and we'll just add color, colors dot red. Just save this and we'll have a red icon, and we have this tab view now. Like upon clicking each of these tabs, we can have some controls under each of their pages. We learned different types of stateless widgets, which included a scaffold layout, a container layout, a center layout. We learned about app bars, we learned about texts, we learned about buttons, we even created gradients, we created this tab layout here. We even discussed how to make this example what we had taken at the beginning. We implemented that. In the next upcoming videos, we'll be discussing of how to create stateful widgets, and we'll try to create a login screen and a sign up screen with this basic knowledge of widgets. Thanks for watching. If it was helpful for you, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't seen the setup video of Flutter on your computer, just go to the channel and check it out. Thanks for watching. If you have any queries, please don't hesitate to comment it below. Thank you.